Hello, I'm Patricia Parker. I'm the founder of the charity Kids for Kids. In fact, I founded it, would you believe, almost 20 years ago, and I'm still suffering from the shock of what I saw in Darfur all those years ago. The sight of a little 9-year-old boy, I'll never forget it. A little 9-year-old boy struggling across the deserts of Darfur with a huge, heavy jerry can, the water for his family. And that was his job, day after day. And his walk took him 7 hours to reach a hand pump and longer to carry the heavy jerry can back. What was shocking was that underground in Darfur, there's the largest aquifer in Africa. And yet villagers cannot afford to dig for the water themselves, and no one is providing water in the villages of Darfur. So that's how I started Kids for Kids, and it's called Kids for Kids because our key project, apart from water, is to provide a goat loan. It's been called the best microfinance scheme ever. We lend 5 goats to the poorest families in a village so that the children have milk, protein, minerals, vitamins, and the mothers have a livelihood. It's amazing. It gives mothers a chance to make decisions for their own families. We provide a lot more. All projects that villagers themselves say will help get them to help themselves onto that first rung of a ladder, which will give them the chance of a future. But now there is something. I don't think I've ever made such a desperate plea in my life. Now there is something that none of us can control, the pandemic of COVID-19. I was dreading hearing the news that the virus had got to Darfur. I went to Darfur in February, and I saw for myself in rural hospitals there is no equipment. In fact, I was thinking that when I was planning to go back in October, that when I go back, I must take basic things like stethoscopes, blood pressure gauges, really simple things. But there's no chance of a ventilator. There's no chance of oxygen. There's no chance even of paracetamol for villagers. And I've been worrying and thinking, what could we do? Because children who are malnourished, and every child in every village this year in Darfur is malnourished, starving. They will succumb to the virus, whereas our children here are much safer. So I lay at night thinking, what can we do? Well, we're told that to wash our hands properly with soap and water is the best defence from the virus. So I realised that's what we have to do in Darfur. We must provide soap. People are desperate to feed their children at the moment. They cannot afford soap. Already we've provided 19 villages with every single house, little hut, straw hut, with soap, 5 bars of soap each. My appeal now is for soap for the next 85 villages. We have 105 villages that have been adopted by Kids for Kids. So phase 1 was our first 19 villages. Phase 2 is 85 villages. And then after that, if we achieve that, then as many villages as we can do. What I'm asking for, it's very simple. 5 bars of soap for each family. If you gave me £20, that would provide soap for 10 whole families. Please, can you do this? You can do it via our website, kidsforkids.org.uk. You can send me a cheque. You can do a bank transfer, anything. But please, will you also tell other people? We need over 450,000 bars of soap. It's really serious. We have to provide soap. It's the only hope that these families will have. To give soap will be to give life. Thank you.